Valspar Ultra starts at just $29.98 a gallon. So we've got you covered when your daughter wants to paint her room again after last year's masterpiece of a unicorn mural.
Dad, please.
Or when you realize that maybe you went too hard on the grayish.
I miss color.
Or when you were sure you wanted a home gym, but your elliptical is currently hanging your laundry.
What about a home office?
Shop everything you need for your next phase with Valspar. Available at Lowe's. Price varies by Shein.
Lowe's knows you want the best for Dad. This Father's Day, help him take on any project with big deals on DeWalt. Right now, get a free XR8 amp-hour battery when you buy select DeWalt tools. That's not all. Get up to 2 free select tools when you buy a select DeWalt 20-volt max battery kit. Maximum initial battery voltage measured without a work load is 20 volts. Nominal voltage is 18.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of True Crime Time for Friday, May the 30th?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
2025, and I'm Woody Overton.
I'm Cyndi Overton.
And we're going to give you a couple stories, but today is more about what's about to happen. We're going to give them a couple stories. Mama, lay some crime time down, but what we really want to do is give y'all some definitive dates on things that are happening in real life, real crime, right?
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, I mean, I'm not going to give all the dates now. I just want to give this one out. We dropped a little mini commercial for my live on Saturday, July 19th at Southeastern Louisiana University's main campus in the biggest theater there. And it's going to be an awesome event. There will be alcohol sales and food sales ahead of time and during my show. And then afterwards, the VIPs will be shuttled to the VIP reception area, and first drinks on me. With Cyndi has a block of rooms at the Home to Suites by Hilton, and you get the RLRC discount. I don't know what the sales are, y'all. I haven't looked at them in a couple of weeks. We've been busy AF with everything else, but I'm sure that if it's not sold out, it's staying near there. So go get your tickets, okay? And that's gonna be a great time. Be the first live show I've done in probably a year and a half, 2 years, right? But it's gonna be an old school, original, adult show. All right. So what kind of story do you have? Let's just do a couple stories.
Oh,
and because what I have to say isn't going to take that long. But what kind of story do you have for the lifers? It's time for Family Matters.
We're going to Queensland, Australia.
Well, if we're going there, then that's... It's time for Worldwide Crime. What's going on down under in Queensland?
A 32-year-old woman, Lauren Ingrid Flanagan, has been charged with the brutal murder of her 3-year-old daughter, Sophia Rose.
So, 33-year-old mom kills her 3-year-old.
32-year-old mom kills 3-year-old, yes. And the toddler was found fatally stabbed in the front yard of her home on May 26th.
I hope this bitch has some kind of mental issue, that she's not just that evil.
Right. Emergency services rushed to the scene around 5 p.m. after multiple distress calls from neighbors. Despite frantic efforts to save the little girl, she was pronounced dead at the scene.
I mean, that doesn't take that many stab wounds to kill a 3-year-old.
2 other children, one was 1 year old and the other one 2, were present at the incident, but were unharmed and are now in the care of family members. Flanagan, the mom, was arrested at the scene, and a knife believed to be the murder weapon was recovered. She has been charged with murder and appeared briefly at the Bundaberg Magistrates Court with the case adjourned until July. Authorities are delving into Flanagan's mental health history, noticing that it will play a significant role in the ongoing investigation.
Yeah. I just, we cover these stories, unfortunately, all the time, and a lot of them try to play the mental card. But when you think about a 3-year-old innocent baby being stabbed to death by its mama, you just erring on the side of caution. You want this motherfucker to be insane, right? Not evil.
Yeah.
But probably, I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah.
Superintendent Brad Inskip described the scene as horrific, emphasizing the profound impact on first responders and the community.
Somebody likes to see a dead kid.
Flanagan's recent social media activity has come under scrutiny, revealing a disturbing shift in tone. Once an advocate against domestic violence and a supporter of digital work for mothers, her post took a darker turn in the days leading up to the tragedy. She shared content referencing pain, trauma, and included lyrics from heavy metal songs such as Disturbed's, I guess is a band, Prayer, which is anonymously states another nightmare about to come true. Sophia's father, Jai Ruan, a MMA fighter, was away for work at the time of the incident. He has since returned, expressing devastation over the loss of his daughter, whom he described as always smiling, always wanting to help, just full of life and love. So I hope you are right that it's some mental, but my gosh, I would hope that if I was under a mental breakdown or whatever, that I would not harm anything or anyone.
Right. Well, I've seen crazy.
Yeah.
I hate to use that non-medical term. I'll probably get in trouble for it. I've seen people who are just literally, and then not just because of drugs. I'm talking about, I've seen people who are totally schizophrenic. Crazy. 105 M's is what we called them. Truly crazy. They like put you in a padded room because you ain't on this planet out of your brain. And it doesn't make any better for that 3-year-old.
No.
I know she went to heaven, but hopefully, I don't know, bro.
The 2 kids that saw
but for all the assholes who try to act like they're crazy, I think we did a story day before yesterday, the 9-year-old kid got the keys and got the rifle and then hid the bullets and cleaned the rifle and all that, and then tried to act like he's crazy and say insanity.
No, he just said, if you don't think about it, it's not going to bother you.
Yeah, well, whatever. We do a lot of stories where people try to cover up the crime scenes afterwards, and they're not truly crazy.
They were saying that he was too young to understand what death was when he did that. They weren't saying he was crazy. They just said
he understands it now.
Well, he understood it then, to your point, which was he hid the bullet casing in.
Well, we are going to my favorite sheriff. Yeah, that is.
Yes, but right now I can't think of his name.
Grady Judge.
That's right.
And we've been going to old Sheriff Grady Judge. Look, last week he did a post, and I didn't do the story because anyway, it was about a dude that was a chick and was, prostitute robbing people and stuff like that. And he was like, he did a news conference. It was like, you think you're getting this, but you're getting this and whatever. And he called it, and I didn't report on it because, I don't want to get blasted by people for being whatever. But we're going back to Memorial Day weekend, and this guy's name is Timothy Schultz, and we're going to Polk County, Florida, where Sheriff Grady Judge has his hotel. So Sheriff Grady Judge loved to be in front of the camera. He does all these, and I don't know what the fuck's in the water in Polk County, but they got some cray shit, right? So this time, Sheriff Grady's deputies kill a guy.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, he deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
So This guy was 42 years old. All right. Timothy Schultz. And on Memorial Day, May the 26th, he got, as they say on TikTok, on the live, and that's part of what we're going to talk about today, y'all. That you can't say all the words like murder and shit on. You have to say schmurder on our live. We're about to blow up TikTok, by the way. But on Monday, May the 26th, Timothy Schultz died after members of the Polk County Sheriff's Office opened fire on him. This according to Sheriff Grady Judge. And he does like press releases almost every day. But let me tell you what happened. Sheriff Judge said that his officers were first called about Schultz that day when they received a call about him around 5:56 a.m. in the morning. Stay tuned to this timeline. 5:56 a.m. in the morning, right? Mm-hmm. And at the time, that somebody called 911 and said they saw this dude and he's being bizarre and he's shaking and he's at a local racetrack. And I'm assuming they mean racetrack, the gas stations.
Oh, okay.
South, right? I don't think there's a racetrack open at 5:56 a.m. in the morning racing horses. So 911 gets called. Cops got to respond. They go out there. Can't find him. All right. Evidently it's really a track because they said they arrived at the track approximately 3 minutes after the call came in and this dude was gone.
Okay.
All right. So Sheriff Judge said they looked for him for an hour and a half.
What?
Before they called it off. We would call that like a 107P of a suspicious person. But you got to, I mean, you know, you're going to arrive, you can talk to a witness and be like, hey, this motherfucker was like acting cray, right? And, so that time in the morning, there's not a whole lot going on, even on Memorial Day, 5:56, 6 o'clock in the morning. So they're riding around, hey, because if they saw this guy, now he's on foot. He may go break into somebody's house. We can maybe stop a crime. Maybe he's got a warrant. We don't know.
Yeah.
We're just going to do our job, right? So, well, about 2 hours later, at 7:43 a.m., another 911 call comes in. And this time the caller says they describe this guy, this white guy. And they said he's in a lake with a lot of alligators. Only Sheriff Judd. So the 911 caller also says, I think he's drunk or high or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I would.
So they tried to give Schultz, the bad guy, they tried to give him a life preserver. The witnesses that were there, 911 callers and shit, they tried, hey dude, take the life preserver. You're in a fucking lake full of alligators. They're going to eat your ass. And you know what Schultz did?
F you MFers, I don't want yours.
Much better.
What?
He growled at them. Rawr, motherfuckers. Nothing says fuck you motherfuckers like rawr. Here's a life preserver. The gator's about to eat you. Rawr.
God.
So this time the deputies immediately arrived. I want to go work for Sheriff Judd. I want to go work the street for this dude. Yeah. So he said our deputies immediately arrived. And then they noted that Schultz was able to get out of the lake and did appear to have sustained an injury to his arm because he got fucking bit by an alligator, right? And they said as they were arriving, he was walking from the lake between the houses and had a set of garden shears with him. What? Yeah. You just can't make this shit up. Garden shears. Yeah, pretty. I like the shit I'm about to have to buy. So you've been at the local track. I guess you're in the parking lot or something and you're whatever. Somebody calls 911. Evidently, your highness hadn't gone away because a couple hours later, you're in a lake. You're fucked up. Everybody can see it. They trying to throw you a life preserver because you're getting bit by a fucking alligator and you're going to growl at them. Mm-hmm. But somehow you get out of the lake because the deputies arrive almost immediately. You got a lake and you got garden shears?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Plot thickens. So the deputies saw Schultz. Now it's fucking daylight. Schultz could see the deputies, and the deputies see Schultz, and the deputies see Schultz trying to break into a car by throwing a brick through the window. It's like, hey, motherfucker, are you invisible? So at that time, they attempted to arrest him using non-lethal measures, like probably a taser, or in my day it would have been freeze plus P, whatever, maybe a baton. But of course, they were unsuccessful.
Because he's so high.
Exactly. And you know what Mr. Schultz did? He does what dumbasses do.
Growled at him.
He charged the deputies holding the shears.
Nice.
Now, I've been alligator. I'm high as fuck. Got 2 911 calls. Bit by alligator. Carrying shears. The deputies are literally following me. I pick up a brick, throw it, try to break it into a car. While they're standing there, okay, now, motherfucker, you're definitely under arrest. If you asked if we weren't going to arrest you before, but really, what crime has he committed other than he's walking through people's properties and you have to get statements from them and get them for trespass? They wait, then he picks up a brick. That's a felony. All right. And they go, hey, dude, you're under arrest. Turn around, place your hands behind your back. Turns with the shears and charges them. Deputies do what they do. They still don't want to kill this motherfucker, right? So they shoot him with a taser. No effect. And he continued to charge them, right? Once he tried to reach into the police car and he's charging them at him, cops, you really don't want to kill a motherfucker. And you shoot him with a taser, it doesn't work. You can still you can move. You can't run as fast, but you can't move as fast backwards as somebody can moving forward at you. So you always try to go to the side. All right. So I imagine these guys are now swapping to their firearms and like, okay, motherfucker, get down. We ran out of shit. Well, he gets to their car and he reaches into the car to try to take out one of the shotguns. All right. And that's when the deputies had enough and they opened fire on Schultz. And Sheriff Judd said that he was shot multiple times, adding, as a result, Timothy is deceased. You think? So anyway, in the conference, he said, look, he tried to assault my deputies with shears. Then he jumped into their vehicle, which is an armed burglary with the shears, trying to get the rifle and or the shotgun out. At that moment in time, all the warnings had to stop and the action had to begin. And that's when they shot him enough to stop the threat. Judd noted that a witness to the incident thought that the officers should not have waited as long as they did to escalate to lethal force. The deadly shooting, of course, is under investigation, and 2 officers involved are on standard administrative leave until it's completed. They take it very serious.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like these are dirty cops. And they have to go through a mandatory evaluation and by a psych team and all that, But he said one of the officers was still in training. That's like me riding around FTO it. And I mean, Matt Potam, what up, Potam? We got to get on some stories one day. Who's now with NOPD. We were the first official ones to be sent to FTO school for Livingston. Summer's just around the corner, and the folks at Mint Mobile have a hot take. Getting the summer bod is out, and getting your savings bod is in. This spring and summer, we want skimpy wireless bills and fat wallets. And with premium wireless plans for just $15 a month, you can have both without breaking a sweat or the bank. I was paying way too much for wireless service and decided to give Mint Mobile a try. And I've been seriously impressed. The call quality is crystal clear, the data speeds are fast, and I'm saving hundreds of dollars. It's the easiest switch I ever made, and I didn't have to sacrifice a thing. Say bye-bye to your overpriced wireless plans, dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text. delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. Ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. This year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get your summer savings and shop premium wireless plans at mintmobile.com/RLRC. That's mintmobile.com/RLRC. Upfront payment of $45 for a 3-month 5-gigabyte plan required. It's equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees are extra. See Mint Mobile for details. Hey, lifers, Woody Overton here, and I want to talk to y'all about something that's come up around our house more than once lately: hormones. Now, I can't speak from personal experience on this one, but I've seen it firsthand with Cyndi. There were days she'd be feeling drained, overwhelmed, even a little off. We couldn't figure out why. She was eating right, taking care of herself, getting things done like always, but something just wasn't clicking. Turns out it wasn't just stress. It wasn't just being tired. She took this free 2-minute quiz from a company called Happy Mammoth, and it gave her some serious insight into what might be going on with her hormone levels. After answering just a few simple questions, she got personalized breakdown, and one of the main things it pointed out was that her body may be overloaded with estrogen. That's when we found Hormone Harmony, Happy Mammoth's plant-based herbal formula designed to support your hormone levels, stress response, and overall well-being. Since Cyndi started taking Hormone Harmony, she said it's made a noticeable difference. Things like occasional bloating, low energy, and those mild mood dips, all less frequent. And it didn't take a huge lifestyle overhaul to see those changes. Just a small daily habit that fit right into her routine. Now listen, this isn't some one-size-fits-all deal. This quiz gives you personalized recommendations so you can understand what's going on in your body and what might help you feel better. Whether it's Hormone Harmony or one of their other hormone support products, you'll know exactly where to start. And here's the thing. Happy Mammoth has helped thousands of women. They have over 40,000 5-star reviews, and a bottle of Hormone Harmony sells every 24 seconds. That many folks can't be wrong. Ready to start feeling like yourself again? Head over to happymammoth.com and take their free 2-minute hormone quiz today to find the ultimate answer to your stubborn hormonal issues. And for a limited time, you can also get 15% off your entire first order with my code RLRC at checkout. That's HAPPYMAMMOTH.com and use the code RLRC for 15% off today. But anyway, so one of the officers was still in training, and the sheriff praised his behavior, saying both of them shot, right?
Yeah.
So Schultz, let me tell you about this guy. He had a long criminal history in the area, with Sheriff Judd saying that he had multiple prior run-ins. Most recently, he was arrested back in April of 2025, like last month, and he was released on May the 20th, like last week. And guess what his trouble stemmed from?
Drugs.
Methamphetamines, nothing fuck you up like a little meth. So Schultz arrested times that stem from meth. And regarding the incident, Sheriff Judd says that his officer responded the best way and that he had no regrets. He said, "We're going to shoot you just enough so you don't want to ever do that again or can't do that ever again." And that's what he said about his deputies escalating to lethal force.
Yeah.
He also stressed the dangers that drugs like meth pose to users. PSA. Meth is bad, right? All right. So, but let me just tell you, because I mean, he's not being a character, but he is a character, Sheriff Judge. And he said he swam a long way across this lake, and the fact that he was bitten by an alligator significantly and still continued his rampage is shocking. But if you're on enough meth, then the person you see is not the person attacking. Mm-hmm. Judge stressed that Schultz was deceased, describing him as being deader than 4 o'clock.
Damn. What the fuck does that mean?
I mean, he'd be dead.
I know we're dead, but deader than 4 o'clock. I've never heard that saying before.
I have no idea, but me either. But he said it. It might be a Sheriff Juddism.
That's a Juddism.
So, and he shared a press release to everybody, including People Magazine. The sheriff's office said that there were 4 investigations into the incident. An independent investigation by the 10th Judicial Circuit officers involved deadly incident, or that's a task force, OIDI. An internal investigation by his office, and the admin investigation unit, the Polk County medical examiner who conducts the autopsy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He's deader than 4 o'clock. I'm gonna steal that one, Sheriff Judd.
We should try to get Sheriff Judd on here.
Wouldn't it be the shit? We've been talking about him for a year now, year and a half. We were talking about him before there was True Crime Time 4. He actually reminds me a lot of Sheriff Ard here in Livingston Parish. Mm-hmm. And like Sheriff Ard took out big bulletin boards, Livingston Parish, where we love our Bibles, our guns, and whatever, freedom of speech.
Yeah.
They don't play. You know, he gets on social media, like these country music festivals are happening. It's like, hey, we want you to come out here and have a good time. And we got extra deputies here, but if you come out here and he doesn't say act an ass, but if you come out here, he means if you come out here and act an ass, I got a room at the hotel for you, at my hotel for you. And so you got to respect that, because I'm not calling them mofos. These sheriffs have, and Willie Graves, who was my first sheriff, he said, look, if I don't have somebody pissed off at me, then y'all aren't doing your jobs. Right. Right. A certain percentage of the population are going to hate the people that are in power because you've arrested their family members or put someone they knew in jail, or like Mr. Schultz's case, he's deader than 4 o'clock. And so guess what? That's his fucking fault. And you gotta look. You're not invisible, motherfucker. You weren't invisible when you were swimming in the lake and the alligator was tearing your ass up. You weren't invisible when you were running up the shears. You weren't invisible when you tried to throw a brick through the window. Now you're going to jail. And they're backing up, giving you all the space they can, trying everything they can. You're certainly not invisible when you climb to that cop car and you try to grab that shotgun or that AR-15.
Yeah, you're right.
And then Woodyism would be, they smoked him like a pack of Cools.
They did.
So, all right, that's enough of that. Enough of the stories for today. I want to talk about a couple things real quick. And this is important, so important. I don't know why we choose the cases that we choose, because any of y'all, I'm sorry to all the families that's case I'm not taking on next. And that means you don't know how many requests I get from around the world weekly of every family's hurting. And I get that. These families write in, Mr. Woody, we saw you on Dateline, or we saw you on Cold Case Files, or we heard your podcast, and we know you're solving cold cases. And I feel for them. I do. And I just got to the point, especially after Dateline and shit, where we were getting 3 or 4 a day. And there's a lot of Louisiana cases naturally, but like we went and did Hailey's case, and we're working on Hailey's case. And I think #Justice for Hailey is in the best place it could be. There's nothing else we could do right now. Yeah. Right. We got Miss Barbara and the family that they were calling us basically a suicide. Guy goes to jail for moving Hailey's body and destroying some police room cameras and shit. Right. And no news media coverage. Nobody's looking into it, even though they promised her it was a homicide and all that. It's done. Yeah. We took on the case. We told Hailey's story, and now the new district attorney has talked to Hailey's mama numerous times, including twice on a Sunday. So y'all go back and listen to the #Justice for Hailey series. And I truly believe she's doing what she says she's going to do. She was a 30-year cop, which is investigate Hailey's case and go back and look at everything. And if there can be murder charges brought, they're going to bring them. Yeah. Right. So really, that's another win.
That's a huge win.
But meanwhile, we devote so much time and energy, me going to Atlanta and all the times we're on the phone with Miss Barbara and the girls. That's not a problem for us. I'm not bitching and complaining about it, but people don't know you're involved as much as I am. You spend hours on the phone. Y'all become friends and tight and talking about Miss Barbara and them. And when we take on these cases, we take these family members, literally like Corny Cocos, Mary Puchos, but treat them like our own.
Yes.
And I have to be passionate about a case to take it on. And not that I'm not passionate about all the cases that y'all send me, but I don't have a method or rhyme or reason. But I'm going to tell you this, you better believe I'm not taking this case to make any money, because this victim I know why this case hasn't been solved. All right. And this guy was a known drug user. Right? Yeah. A high risk victim, no doubt about it. Absolutely. I'm not going to make any bones about that, y'all. But not going to try to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to tell you the truth. But you know what? He was a human being. Mm-hmm. He's a father. He was a husband. He was a son. And doesn't matter if you're a doper or a prostitute or a bank robber or even a murderer. People have people that love them.
Yes.
Family members that love them. Well, the murder part, fuck that. Throw that one out. But these high risk victims, and a lot of times the cases don't get the attention they deserve, because cops go on to do other things, or sometimes the cops are just fucked up. But cops go on to work other more politically important cases and stuff like that, and these cases go cold.
Yes.
So without giving it away, I'm telling y'all that 1 week from tomorrow, we're recording the first episode and I don't know if I'm gonna call it hashtag where is this person or hashtag justice for, but y'all, there's a lot of shit in this case, a lot of twists and turns, like some like voice from the grave stuff, eyewitnesses stuff, other people being murdered, or other people, let's just saying, because I gotta get used to this TikTok lingo, being unalived as soon as they get out of jail and stuff like that. It's a lot. But the one thing, I've been looking at this case for a long time. I told you about it. People have been sending it. And I started looking into it, started reading it. And y'all gotta understand, just for I get a lot of, unfortunately, and I'm trying to be mean, I get a lot of fucking crazy people that send stuff in. And I didn't tell you this last night, at like midnight, I get this like 20-page.
Oh, I got it.
Okay, so she sent it to you too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, obviously, a very, very intelligent person.
Yeah.
But obviously, there's some 103M stuff going on there, meaning that off your rocker.
I started reading it, and then I said, look to see if you were a part of it, like if you were added in the email. Right. And I was like, okay, I didn't even. But
I read it, and it was long, and then the further on those, usually the longer they are, the more the true colors come to show out.
Yeah,
even if you're super intelligent.
Yeah.
But anyway, it doesn't matter. I want to apologize to all the families, everybody that sent me stuff that real life or crime doesn't have your case running.
Well, I'm just going to say this is, it's the timing of it. This case, this person has been reaching out to us for years and years and years, like years. Yeah, I think it's been 5 years.
Yeah, I know, but
and she stayed consistent and continued, not just gave up. She continued her own work and has built up more stuff. She did not come to us with just, hey, such and such happened.
Right.
And a news clipping. Right, so, and a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Also, we are also working on and have been developing a way for you to tell stories so that everyone's voice is heard.
Right.
Even if you aren't able to take the case because of location reasons, because of evidence reasons.
Or time reasons, monetary reasons. I mean, we only have so many hours in the day, but, and so you're right about that. But back to what I'm trying to say, you're right. And we're going to do, at some point, I want to tell everybody's story.
Right.
Even we just tell a story. So some families, that's all they want, to just tell my story, right? Did you know there's an online cannabis company that ships federally legal THC right to your door? And they found a way to combine THC with carefully selected functional ingredients to target nearly every mood and health concern you can think of. I'm talking about Mood.com's incredible line of functional gummies. And you can get 20% off your first order at Mood.com with promo code RLRC. Forget one-size-fits-all supplements that only get you high. Mood's functional gummies are optimized to kick in as little as 15 minutes and take you to the mood that you're looking for. Whether that's Mind Magic gummies for deep work and creativity, PMS support to ease cramps and balance mood swings, or their sexual euphoria gummies to help you feel ready for action and turn every touch into a full body experience. Look, y'all, you know I have trouble sleeping. I take the Sleepy Time gummy. I take a quarter of one before I go to sleep, and I sleep hard all night long. Never even move. Wake up feeling fresh as a daisy. So listen, you can find gummies to just get you high pretty much anywhere these days. But Mood's functional gummies combine premium federal legal THC with targeted botanicals to help you get into that perfect mood, usually in as little as 15 minutes. And everything ships discreetly right to your door. No dispensary lines, no awkward conversations, just better days and nights delivered to your doorstep. Best of all, not only is every Mood product backed by a 100-day satisfaction guarantee, but as I mentioned, listeners get 20% off their first order with code RLRC. So head to Mood.com, find the functional gummy that matches exactly what you're looking for, and let Mood help you discover your perfect mood. And don't forget to use promo code RLRC when you check out to save 20% on your first order.
When your company earns unlimited 2% cash back on all purchases with Capital One, that's serious business. So Stephen at SandCloud got a serious business card, the Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One.
We used our 2% cash back to help build our retail presence.
Savvy, Stephen.
And we get big purchasing power, so our business can spend more and earn more.
The Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/SparkCashPlus.
But a lot of times by telling the story, like Courtney Coco, that's how you get it.
Things go
Knees deep, like this story.
Yeah.
When we tell the story, I'm going to tell it Woody Overton's way. Mm-hmm. And I told this person, no holds barred. It's my way, or I'm not fucking doing it. But I know my way leads to success. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to put the human face on who this person was.
Yeah.
Good, bad, or indifferent. And then we're going to tell the story of what happened. And that's going to be recorded a week from tomorrow. It will be released the following Friday.
Yeah.
It will be released on Friday, June 13th. Now, that's the first episode, okay? And so I just want y'all to know that that's coming, and it's going to be a series, but it's going to be a series where we're setting up a tip line. Mm-hmm. We didn't have to set up a tip line and hashtag justice for Hailey.
No.
All right? Everybody knew who did it.
Yeah.
It's about, so each one of these is a little bit different. And on this case, holy shit, without letting the cat out of the bag, I do my best work. You were sleeping in the bed. It's like well after midnight, and I'd been, or it was probably, well after midnight, and I'd been down the wormhole in this case finally for over 3 hours straight, reading every article I could find, reading everything and watching TikToks and everything else. And holy shit. And I'm going to save it for the case that something came across from the powers that be that fucking gave me the red ass. Mm-hmm. I mean, like really, really, really fucking pissed me off. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, fuck you. let's rock.
Yeah.
Right. And it wasn't anything directed at us. Nobody over there knows about us.
No.
But it was directed at his family. I'm like, what? Look at this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
There's something happened that week before that they totally changed the script after 5 fucking years. And then this motherfucker comes out and is doing what he did. I'm like, okay, fuck that. So I messaged the person who's been after us all these years and been carrying the sword. And I messaged a long ass message that night. I said, I hope you're sleeping and I hope you get this in the morning when you wake up. Cause she's got kids, right? I said, I hope you get this in the morning you wake up, but let's throw, motherfucker.
Yeah.
We're going to take this. We got to figure out, cause it's a long ways away from us.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of time, a lot of money that we're going to invest, into it as we do all these cases. But my wife, y'all, she's no stranger to it. She's been through every one of them with me that we've done on the podcast, and I couldn't do it without her. But more importantly, I can't do it without y'all. And I believe in my heart that we're going to flip this motherfucker on his head.
Yeah.
And I believe that hell or jail, that I believe this case totally. This is not really even a who fucking done it either, but I believe this case could be, I believe we can get justice.
Right.
But I would love to bring this guy's body home.
Yeah.
For his kid.
Yeah.
So, and we'll leave it at that. We'll give you some more hints this week coming up, but before then. So on this Sunday, we're having a lady that's coming in who finally, and we've been telling you about the human trafficking series. Y'all, this story is so powerful. And she's coming into the studio on a Sunday with her husband. Her husband's not going to be part of the show. Or fiance. He's not going to be, they're not going to be a part of the show. It's going to be her and I don't have anything scripted because she lived it. She survived the Dixon Mafia, human trafficking, and has done so much good now. And think about all the people that are human trafficked. What percentage of them ever get out alive?
Right.
Almost none.
Yeah.
And now she's taking people that are victims of human trafficking and helping them start new lives. And we're going to explain everything.
Very good lives.
And the, turning things around because she was strong enough to do it. Yeah. And her story is bad, but it's great. We're going to drop it this Friday. So we're going to drop it on Friday, June the 6th. And for the first one, might as well go ahead and say her name.
Yeah. Tina Dixon.
Miss Tina Dixon. And I will be recording. I haven't come up with a name for the series yet. It'll be something y'all, maybe I'll get it from Miss Tina. But Miss Tina's story is amazing. And I don't know how long we're going to record it for. Maybe a couple episodes. I don't know. Maybe it'll be just one. But the thing is, she's got access to the people that she's helping. And if they choose, we want these victims of human trafficking to come in and tell their stories. You can't get more true crime than that.
No.
So it's a different thing, a different angle. But to me, and you can vouch for me on this, I just kind of go where I'm led to go. And like on Courtney Coco's case, I had no intention ever of working a cold case homicide on the show. When Miss Stephanie contacted me the second time, I said, you know what? I'll do it if I can do it on the show. And then we led to the next couple of years and the battle we went through and everything else. Mary Pouchot, same thing. I wasn't going to take it. And Mama Karen Ortolano finally called after everybody else. And then, just like in this case, everybody in the world, wanted us to do it. And I was like, no. And then finally I got pissed.
Because people don't understand what you go through, and by default, by what you're going through, but what the family your family goes through when you take on these cases. I don't think people get that inside look into it.
Our youngest son sat in the truck the other day. We're driving from point A to point B, and it was an hour drive, and he listened to this lady on speakerphone for an hour going on about this person's disappearance / murder, or whatever you want to call it. And y'all unfortunately do catch the brunt of it, but I couldn't do it without y'all.
Well, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that it's not like, oh, you are going to work a case and you are going and reading newspaper articles and you're compiling a story. Yeah. It's not like a normal podcaster tells the story. You are actively, by technical, in my world, you're a detective again. And if something happens, I saw you in Courtney Coco, middle of the night, you're running a car, you have to go. Middle of the night, a couple of times you had to go and do what you had to do. And and that's how I'm walking out of my office at 1 o'clock in the morning. You're sitting in your chair, TV's off, and you start spouting off stuff. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. You come into bed. Guess what? Like it encompasses you. And I get so I'm just going to go off on a little bit of a tangent because I get so frustrated by people saying, I want to hear Woody's old stories again. I get it. That's what made you. But truly, what made you also was your ability to do cold cases. Yeah. Courtney Coco's case it did something for us. It ignited something in you more. You always knew you could solve cold cases. Yeah. You were recruited by the state police because of that. We are not trying to not tell Woody stories. I have a list, pages of Woody stories that can be told. This is our calling right now. This is what you do. And I hope that people stay around for it and hear Woody.
If they don't.
They're missing out though.
I'm still going to do some, Saturday, July 19th, I'll be on stage doing a never before Woody story, right? But if they don't stay, and that's okay. That's their choice. It's America. But you know what? Me finding dead bodies and getting little kids closures on their father's murder, or mama's, like in Courtney's case, mamas and the families finding out who murdered their baby, and getting a conviction, or Mary Pouchot's case, all the brothers and sisters. But, and the cops saying that they did this and they did that and they didn't. And then it was a murder. It was an accident. Hailey's case, same fucking thing. And that, to me, that's what it's all about. Yeah. But I'm not saying we're not going to do all the rest of the stuff, because we are. We don't mind working. But these cases, I think what you're trying to say, people have no idea what I put into it. This is not an hour behind a microphone. It's not whatever. It's an all day OCD brain spinning, thinking, working it, and of course taking tips and doing different things and interviews and whatever. And hopefully, ultimately, we're going to get justice for this person. Yeah. Also, and for their family. But anyway, that's it. I want to let y'all know shit's popping, and please continue to like and share. Thank you, Leah Marie. We hadn't thanked her in a while for producing and doing deep diving and different things for us. And we appreciate that. Thank you to all our sponsors, Patreon and Convicts. We love you. You're going to get a lot of bonus shit coming up that other people aren't going to get. And, we got to talk about this real quick, y'all. Starting with this weekend's episode with Miss Tina, we're going to be video recording every episode. All right. So that means I'm actually going to have to get dressed before I come in the studio, maybe put a hat on, do whatever. We will have video of everything. So you get to sit here and watch us. Evidently, that's a big ass thing. Yes. So
if you're not following us on YouTube, go follow us on YouTube.
Go follow us on YouTube. And also the TikTok. This case that we're taking on a week from tomorrow, it's going to be a big TikTok thing too.
Yes.
And we'll explain that later on. But go follow us on TikTok, Real Life, Real Crime, and because it's about to start popping this week too. But the videos, real deal. And we've had the equipment for years. I never got into the habit of it.
Yeah.
Right. So, we're about to well, it's just easier just to sit down and concentrate on your stuff without having to get up and change a battery during the middle of it or whatever if something goes wrong. But it's coming. I promise you, starting tomorrow, every episode, Real Life, Real Crime originals or #Justice4s or human trafficking or true crime time 4, I'll record it.
Yeah.
So starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we'll be posted to the next week.
Cyndi.
Yeah.
No
yeah.
more
That's
work
another
for
bone
you.
for your plate. Just like this case is another bone for mine. Or these cases even because the human trafficking shit is, I mean, that's a lot. It's just a lot of powerful stories.
The backstory of Tina's story is you've been interested in it for years and years and years, and you're going to be able to share a lot of common knowledge with each other and stuff. And relate at that level.
But that's it. I'm sure I got other shit to say, but I don't remember what it is right now. I'm Woody Overton.
I'm Cyndi Overton.
We will holler at y'all later.
Going to the gym can be discouraging, especially if you're putting in the work but barely seeing changes. But with Tonal, you can actually see your progress with every workout. Tonal provides the convenience of a full gym and the expertise of a personal trainer anytime at home with one sleek system. Designed to reduce your mental load, Tonal is the ultimate strength training system, helping you focus less on workout planning and more on getting results. No more second-guessing your technique. Tonal gives you real-time coaching cues to dial in your form and help you lift safely and effectively. After a quick assessment, Tonal sets the optimal weight for every move and adjusts in 1-pound increments as you get stronger, so you're always challenged. Tonal lets you choose from a variety of expert-led workouts, from strength to aero hit to yoga and mobility to keep you coming back for more. For a limited time, go to Tonal.com to get $500 off your Tonal purchase, plus a free 4-year warranty. That's Tonal.com for $500 off, plus a free 4-year warranty. Tonal.com.